Many millennia ago, the god Aion created Atreia, a vibrant planet with lush landscapes and bountiful pastures as far as the eye could see. The glorious Tower of Eternity provided everything we needed for a happy and carefree life. However, this would not last. The Drakan were terrifying creatures. Their thirst for power was insatiable. Aion created these imposing creatures to protect Atreia, but couldn't have foreseen how they would evolve. The Drakan became the Balar, a new species hell-bent on dominating Atreia. Aion sought to counter the advancing Balar by blessing some humans with divine power. They became known as Devas. After years of brutal fighting, both sides sought a truce, but an assassination would change the fate of Atreia forever. Atreia is now divided into two halves, Elysia and Asmodee. The light from the nearby star bathes Elysia in glorious energy, enabling its inhabitants, the Ilios, to prosper. Meanwhile, the Asmodeans on the upper half of the planet suffer through endless darkness in a cold and merciless landscape. These opposing races must now face each other and confront the terrifying Balar if they hope to control the fate of Atreia.
The Cataclysm took everything from us. It took away light and warmth. It took away the verdant fields of home. It took our joy and laughter. But we Asmodeans are survivors. The cold, the darkness made us stronger. Our new lands were testing us to see whether we were fit to survive and thrive. Lord Asphal and the other surviving Empyrean lords guided us as we built the great city of Pandemonium and tamed the harsh land of Asmodee. We saw mysterious fissures appear in the sky from time to time. We did not know what the Ilios were until they arrived. They looked as we once did before the Cataclysm changed us. They came to conquer, to finish what they started when they destroyed the Tower of Eternity. The Ilios leader Deltrus and his legion scurried from hiding place to hiding place across Morheim, slaying our brothers and sisters as they went. Lord Zekel finally confronted Deltrus and tried to arrange peace, but the haughty Ilios regarded us as subhuman, and Zekel had no choice but to punish them for their murderous crimes. Asmodee was peaceful once more, but for how long? Across Pandemonium, whispers became speeches, and speeches became demands for action. Lord Asphal declared that this new challenge, like all the hardships we'd faced, would test us and make us even stronger. The call to arms went out across Asmodee. We formed a new legion and marched to the other side of the fissures, a chaotic place called the Abyss. We built a fortress there and hunted for the Ilios. And there we found our ancient enemies, the Balar. They came in waves against our Primum fortress, but we held strong. In a flash, the Ilios came to our fortress walls when we were weary from a long Balar siege. Under their leader, Lord Kaizenel, they were overwhelming. Despite our bravery, the fortress we'd guarded for so long was crumbling before our eyes. But even as we despaired, our leaders had one trick left. Lord Lumiel activated a great force field that pushed the Ilios traitors back into the depths of the Abyss, where they belong. The Ilios Lord Kaizenel retreated in shame, the battle cries of the Asmodean Devas echoing in his ears. Once again, the Ilios tried to take us by surprise, and once again, they failed. But even as we chanted thanks to the Shaden Lords for our victory, we knew that the war, the true test of strength between Asmodee and Elysia had just begun.
After the Cataclysm destroyed the Tower of Eternity, our people gathered at the base of the ruined tower. 5 of the Empyrean lords had survived, and under their guidance, we built a new city, Sanctum, and began to repopulate the sun-blessed lands of Elysia. Despite our progress, we worried about mysterious fissures that appeared without warning. Those who went into the fissures never came back. Our leaders, who now called themselves Seraphim Lords, sent an expedition force into one of the fissures. Those who left Elysia that day didn't know whether they'd ever return. Yet they did return, and they told us of a place both frightening and wondrous. A place of chaos, made of wreckage from the Tower of Eternity, and overflowing with so much ether that flying was effortless. We called it the Abyss, and our explorers soon learned that they were not alone. The Balar, our ancient enemies, called the Abyss home. The Seraphim Lords ordered the Legion of Storm, led by Deltrus, to explore every corner of the Abyss. They left Sanctum amid much fanfare. Deltrus and his Legion found an unusual fissure in the Abyss. They bravely stepped through, not knowing what awaited them on the other side. The Legion of Storm found a land whose people looked like us, but darker, almost feral. Deltrus wondered, could these be survivors from the Cataclysm? The people who called themselves Asmodeans approached the Legion. Their spokesman was Lord Zekel, an Empyrean lord before the Cataclysm. Many suspected that Zekel had been responsible for the tower's destruction. Regardless, Deltrus greeted Zekel like a long-lost brother. But Zekel attacked the Seraphim Lords. Deltrus and most of his legion gave their lives for Elysia on that day. When survivors from the Legion of Storm returned to us and told us of the Asmodeans' crime, we grieved for our lost heroes. And then, we took action. The Seraphim Lords declared war on Asmodee. Every one of us wanted to avenge noble Deltrus. Days later, we fought the Asmodeans and Balar in the Abyss for the first time, but not the last. Not until we stand alone, victorious.